Hello and welcome to the fourth part of the Cryptid Iceberg, where I cover some of the most mysterious animals science doesn't recognize. As always, if you haven't seen the previous installments, I'll leave links to them down in the description. Now, let's begin. The tatzelworm, traditionally called the stolen worm, which translates into dragon of the mine tunnels, is a cryptid native to the Alpine Mountains in Europe. It looks like a lizard, from 1 to 7 feet, or half a meter to 2 meters long. The tatzelworm has many variations in appearance. Most accounts describe the worm as having a cat-like face and about 6 short, strong legs. Various depictions allege it having many limbs like a caterpillar, a forked tongue, having fur, bristles on its back, venom, poison breath, and either hissing or emitting a high-pitched sound. In one account, a tatzelworm rose up onto its hind legs after encountering a man. There are so many different descriptions of the creature and its behavior that it's nearly impossible to narrow down what it looks like, though most who looked for the creature didn't believe some of the more out there sightings. Although some early researchers in the 1800s suggested that the tatzelworm had gone extinct, scattered reports of the tatzelworm continue into today. The Monkey Man of Delhi was first reported in 2001, when residents in New Delhi, India, reported a strange, dark-haired, monkey-like creature standing at about 4 feet or 1 meter tall. The Monkey Man was sometimes reported sporting a helmet, clothes with buttons, iron claws, and glowing red eyes. The cryptid was widely feared, and reported to attack and even bite people. Maybe even scarier than the Monkey Man was the public reaction to it. 2 to 3 people were said to have been trampled trying to get away from the creature, and some reports allege vigilante groups attacked innocent people that they thought were the creature. Police at the time attempted to investigate and were confused. The police interviewed both zoo employees and doctors, who said that while the bite marks didn't resemble that of a human's, monkeys don't attack humans without being provoked. After 2002, however, sightings of the Monkey Man stopped, leading to some labeling the creature a product of mass hysteria. Another humanoid ape-like creature, the Ogopogo, stands at 4 to 5 feet, or about 1 to 1.5 meters tall. Similar in looks to a chimpanzee, the Ogopogo has a rounder head, usually redder hair, and sharper teeth than the average chimp. The cryptid lives in East Africa, with sightings being reported from Mozambique to Tanzania. Beyond this, the creature is very rare, with only a handful of sightings ever. Of its behavior, we know only that it was reported to mingle amongst baboons. Some believers theorize the Ogopogo is a species of surviving Australopithecus, an early relative of humans. The Tsuchinoko is a snake-like cryptid native to Japan, especially western Japan. They range from 30 to 80 centimeters, or 1 to 2 feet in length. Similar to many snakes, it possesses venomous fangs, though unlike most snakes it can jump into the air. Reportedly, it can also jump a second time while airborne, and is much wider than the typical snake. In traditional folklore, they also had the power of human speech. Tsuchinoko sightings continue to this day. The Ebu Gogo, meaning old one who eats anything, are a species of small, human-like cryptid native to Indonesia. Reports of the Ebu Gogo describe wide faces, flat noses, and hairy bodies. They are also said to be fast runners, and communicate with each other in an unknown language. Stories of the creatures go back centuries, and some describe conflict between them and the human tribes. The Ebu Gogo were said to abduct children and steal food from the local villages, which allegedly led to them being hunted to extinction sometime in the 20th century. Homo floresiensis, which is an extinct species of hominid that was located in Indonesia, are theorized to be the ancestors of the Ebu Gogo. Native to the Amazonian jungles of South America, the Mapinguari sometimes refers to a hairy ape or cyclops-like figure with a mouth on its stomach, but most commonly is described as looking like a giant ground sloth, which was a 6 meter or 20 foot long sloth native to South America that went extinct around 12,000 years ago. The Mapinguari is smaller, said to be about 2 meters or 6.5 feet tall, though massive in size. The fur of the cryptid is reddish-brown in color, and the creature possesses distinctive curved claws. A strong odor was also attributed to the creature, strong enough to cause unconsciousness in humans. It's said to feed on a vegetable and fruit diet, though it's also been reported to eat cow tongue. The Mapinguari can walk on 4 legs, and sometimes rather awkwardly on 2, though some reports claim that the creature can run fairly fast. A mostly nocturnal beast, it communicates with a combination of a low, very loud bellowing voice, and a high-pitched, terrifyingly loud human-like screech. While the ground sloth is the more common depiction of the creature, cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman argues that many sightings are inconsistent with the appearance of a sloth, and that the cryptid more resembles an ape. The Dover Demon is a cryptid first sighted in Dover, Massachusetts, back in 1977. While driving, a teenager noticed a strange creature with glowing eyes, long slender fingers, and a large head sitting atop a stone wall on the side of the road. 2 other teenagers reported run-ins with the creature soon after. Beyond these sightings, however, we know nothing else about the creature, and it hasn't been sighted since. Some speculate it's a species of alien, due to it sharing a similar appearance to some alien depictions. The Manipogo is a lake cryptid native to Lake Manitoba in Canada. It's been reported being 10 to 50 feet, or 3 to 15 meters in length, with a brown, snake-like body. One report dating back to 1935 alleges that the creature had a single horn on its head. Though we know little of its behavior, one fisherman attributed his fishing nets being ripped in half to the creature, suggesting it's carnivorous. The Honey Island swamp monster, also called the Cajun Bigfoot, is a hairy humanoid native to the Honey Island swamp, located in southeastern Louisiana. Standing at 7 feet or 2 meters tall, the swamp monster is said to have glowing red or orange eyes, gray or brown fur, and a terrible smell, similar to the skunk ape. Unlike other Bigfoot sightings, footprints attributed to the monster have 3 or 4 webbed toes, something not found in primates. It's said to be carnivorous, as these footprints were reportedly found around a group of dead wild boars. In 2016, a video titled "Mysterious Giant Creature / Object in the Thames" was uploaded to YouTube, depicting a large shadow moving underneath the water of the River Thames, located in London. Beyond this video and speculation that it's just a whale, we know nothing else about the creature. Hailing from Australia, the Yowie, also called the Yahoo or Quinkin, is a hairy ape-like creature, reportedly 2 to 3.5 meters tall, or 7 to 12 feet tall. Some reports describe the creature as lacking a neck, having very long arms with claws at the end, and possessing white, brown, or reddish fur. Sightings of the Yowie hail all the way back to Aboriginal times. Early accounts of the creature from the Aboriginals called it the Yahoo Devil. The Yahoo was said to clash with Aboriginal settlers, and was faster than a normal human. The Yowie is still sighted to this day, mostly in the Australian state of Queensland. Some evidence has allegedly been taken of the creature, from videos to footprints, though none of these have proved its existence. Located in the US and Canada's Lake Champlain, Champ or Champy is a lake cryptid with sightings dating back centuries. One of the earlier sightings alleged the cryptid was a 187-foot or 57-meter long serpent. Most recent sightings of Champ describe it as more plesiosaur-like, similar to the Loch Ness Monster. This photo, taken in 1977, allegedly shows Champ, and is arguably the most famous piece of evidence for the creature. Another strange piece of evidence attributed to Champ is a 2003 recording of sounds in the lake, which were said to resemble dolphin or whale noises, neither of which live in the lake. Recently, large tracks found outside the lake have been theorized to be Champ, suggesting that Champ is some type of alligator. The beast of Busco was a very large turtle reported in Churubusco, Indiana in 1948. Reports of large turtles in the area date back to 1898, when a farmer by the name of Oscar Falk reported one living in a nearby lake. This led the turtle to eventually be dubbed Oscar. Estimated at over 10 times the weight of a typical snapping turtle, Oscar sent off a local frenzy of people trying to capture the beast. Attempts to drain the lake failed when a local dam burst, flooding the lake. A diver was sent into the area, but the wrong equipment was sent with him, leading to the dive being called off. Oscar was never captured, though to this day the town still celebrates Turtle Days in the summer. The Beast of Gévaudan was a series of attacks by either a man-eating animal or a group of man-eating animals in France from 1764 to 1767. The beast attacked hundreds of people over this time, and death toll estimates range from 60 to 500 victims of the creature. It was described as wolf-like, with a longer tail and massive size compared to a normal wolf. Some reports even claimed the hide of the creature was tough enough to resist bullets. At least twice, wolves believed to be the beast were shot, though the attacks only stopped after the second time in 1767. Autopsy of that creature found human remains in its stomach, and while it resembled a wolf, it didn't match any known wolves in the country. Today, many theories on the beast exist, from it being an undiscovered species of wolf to a type of lion or hyena, or a previously thought extinct species like the dire wolf or hyenodon. Since it hasn't been sighted in over 300 years, it's unlikely we'll ever get a confirmation on what the terrifying beast was. Native to the freshwater, man-made lakes of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma octopus is a lake cryptid blamed for some of the drownings in the area. Reportedly a horse-sized creature, the cryptid is unique among octopi, as no known species live in freshwater. How the Oklahoma octopus got into the lakes in the first place is unknown, as the lakes have only been around since the 1900s. Originally sighted in 1924, Trunko is a sea cryptid resembling a fish with polar bear-like fur and an elephant trunk. The first report of the creature occurred in South Africa, where it was spotted fighting two orcas, before its body washed ashore. Unfortunately, Trunko was never studied by a scientist, so there's no physical evidence of what Trunko was. This photo is the only known remnant of the creature. Another report, however, alleges that the creature was merely resting on the shore before swimming back into the sea. This report measured the creature at 47 feet or 14 meters long, with a 10-foot or 3-meter long tail. The last sighting of the creature reported it swimming southeast, towards the Southern Ocean. Also known as ringdocus, the Shunka Warak, meaning carrying off dogs, is a wolf-like or hyena-like cryptid that gets its name from reports by native tribes of it stealing dogs. Over the years, a few strange wolf-like creatures have been shot and sent in for testing to see if they're the cryptid, but so far no analysis of the bodies have resulted in the discovery of a new species. Another famous North American lake monster, the Ogopogo or Neitaka, is a cryptid native to Okanagan Lake in British Columbia, Canada. The name Neitaka translates into water demon, as it was said by natives to drown those who didn't offer it sacrifices, though other native members believed it to be a benevolent spirit. Recent sightings of the Ogopogo place it around 10 to 12 meters, or 35 to 40 feet long, with a serpent-like humped body. One sighting estimated the creature traveling at 25 miles per hour or 40 kilometers per hour. Several video recordings have been made of the creature, though none clearly depict it. The final cryptid on this tier is the Mbielu-Mbielu-Mbielu, a reptilian cryptid native to the Congo. Also known as the animal with planks growing out of its back, the creature is said to resemble a stegosaurus, with ridges running along its back, and an herbivorous diet. It's also been reported to frequently dwell in water, with most reports describing it being in the water with a layer of algae growing on its back. The creature is rare, with only a few sightings and no physical evidence or photos of its existence. That was the end of this tier of the iceberg. From here on out, things are going to get a lot weirder and more obscure, so stay tuned. Before I end this video, a huge shout out to user xxby, who pointed out to me that the Zanzibar leopard from last video was pretty conclusively confirmed to exist on the show, Extinct or Alive, back in 2018. As always, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, please share this video with someone you think may enjoy it. Or you can support me on Patreon and follow my social media accounts. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I love hearing from you guys. Also, this series has been getting a lot of attention, and I sincerely thank everyone who has been viewing it and sharing it around. See you in the next video.